Hey, yo, we recording up in this bitch. It's all about to get a... Shit, I had
Nope.
I
Yep.
was going to say snitch.
Yep.
I
you-
should have said snitch, but I lost where I was going to put that in context.
So in other words, Josh just watched In the Heights.
And I feel gangster,
he,
yo.
He wants to rap all of a sudden, and he can't. He doesn't know what rhymes. Like, he could not figure out what rhymed with joke.
Well, apparently bloke, but no one says bloke anymore.
Could have said spoke. Woke.
You get woke, son.
Stroke.
All right, I'm back.
I was like,
Before I
yep,
have a stroke, I'm
yep,
back.
Totally
All
working.
right. So what are we talking about today?
So yeah, this is the Dark Knight special. We are going to be talking about Josh's favorite Batman film,
It's not
Batman
my favorite.
Forever.
It's not my favorite.
It's probably like one of the worst films of all time.
It's
but
not
you know,
my favorite.
We're used to Josh's takes being really bad, so
I
it's okay.
never said it was my favorite. I never said it was my favorite. I said it's enjoyable, but it's not my favorite.
But anyways,
Oh, now
So-
you already know where we're at.
yeah. So this takes place in the same universe.
It takes place in Nuevo York.
No, you are not bringing Into the Heights into this, or In the Heights into this. Yeah. So this takes. Is it part of the Burtonverse? No, right?
It is part of the Burton.
It is?
Yes.
All right. So it takes place after Batman and Batman Returns. And this is Batman Forever. I don't know why they named it that.
It could have been Batman Origins, or Batman Comes Back Again. And you think I'm joking? Those were the titles for the movie before. So Batman Forever seems like a
Batman Comes Again.
yes. Batman Come Again.
It sounds like a sequel to Mamma Mia.
Yeah, no. This movie had a lot going against it. When you had Michael Keaton drop out, you had Tim Burton drop out. You knew this was going to be a shitstorm. And considering everything that went down, especially with behind the scenes, and it's actually coming decent. I say decent. It's not good. It's not bad. It's decent. I give this movie a lot of kudos, which we'll get into later.
Yeah. So I guess this one is at the bottom still. We're still at the bottom of our lists of our Batman films.
Top as it is.
Absolutely not. But yeah, this one has Val Kilmer as Batman. We are introduced to Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face / Harvey Dent, and Jim Carrey's Edward Nygma / Riddler.
You forgot Two-Face, also Harvey Dent, also Joker.
That's not his character's name.
That's what he was trying to go for.
Do you
though.
need help setting up your mic?
I'm good now. I just didn't want it to be like blocking and like, you know. Anyway, let's continue. So, you forgot Nicole Kidman.
I don't remember her character's name.
Chase Meridian.
All right, and then Chris O'Donnell
O'Donnell. As the Boy Wonder.
/ Nightwing.
He actually would have been a cool Nightwing, I think, if they ever went
He was
that
at the
route.
age
They
where
were-
he just needs to be Nightwing,
He was too
but
old
you couldn't
looking.
do that.
Yeah, he was too old looking.
Yeah,
Better than Marlon Wayans, though.
maybe.
I can't see Marlon Wayans doing a serious role. Or somewhat of a serious role.
I was like, I feel like they've said that a lot about different characters, and they've done fine.
I don't know. I just can't see Marlon Wayans doing that.
And
He
it-
was promised to do this movie. Also, Robin Williams was promised to do the Riddler.
yeah.
A lot of promises were said but never kept, which is why this movie had pissed off a lot of people.
They just wanted to sell toys, dude.
That's all they wanted to.
That's all they cared about.
So apparently, for those that don't know, we know, but for those that don't know, the
But
Batman,
you should know.
Batman Returns was so dark that McDonald's and all their companies were pissed off that seeing Penguin gush out blood and everything. They were like, "This isn't gonna sell toys," even though I still would have bought the damn toy. I don't care.
Yeah, everyone wants a bloody penguin on the ground.
I would have loved that toy. Where's that toy? God damn it! Anyway, they had pissed off a lot of people, so that's why they decided to go from the darker Burtonverse to a more lighter Burtonverse before Burton got out. So this is the continuation of that Batman, even though it's a completely different. The only one that's kept the same as Alfred.
This is what happens when Warner Brothers listens to a whole bunch of people that just don't know what they're talking about.
Yep.
Especially the people that complain about BVS, because they have absolutely no clue what they were talking about.
You know it's funny.
Right, Josh?
That's a different topic for a different day. We're talking about Batman Forever, man. But you know it is funny to look how many years ago, 30 years ago, this movie was made almost, and to see all the problems that Warner Brothers made then continue to now. So I mean, it was foreshadowing of director visions getting changed or actors getting pissed off because of certain actions and promising the wrong people stuff and never following up. So it's funny how Warner Brothers, the memo has never changed.
Yeah, and
The
now
memo.
Warner Brothers has been bought out, and they've all been fired,
Yeah. So
which has been great.
yeah.
That's a karma.
Yeah, it really is because I mean, again, if they had continued the story Granted, I don't think I would have loved the other movie where Harley Quinn's daughter, or Harley Quinn with the daughter of Jack Nicholson's Joker. I don't think I would have liked that movie at all, since that's a complete.
What the hell?
You think I'm joking? That's where they were going to go with it. It was going to be Harvey Dent. It was going to be Lando Calrissian. He was
Mhm.
going to reprise his role, and then somehow, some way, Harley Quinn, who was going to end up being the Joker's daughter, come in and avenge him or revenge.
Did you not know his name?
What?
Billy D. Williams?
I forgot his name. Yeah, I forgot his name.
I was like, Lando.
Billy D. Williams.
That would have been interesting to see Lando as Harvey Dent, but it's Billy
They
D.
set that up in
Williams.
the Batman movie, though.
Yeah, I know.
He was in there, so he was supposed to be.
Yeah, he was Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Where's Harvey Dent?
So that's where this movie was supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, we got a completely different film than that.
Yeah.
So,
We got
completely different
yeah,
film.
I can't take this Batman seriously.
No, you can't. This is where it starts to go kid friendly. And the next one, obviously, they use Batman and Robin, which way too damn kid friendly,
Mm-hmm.
which I still liked as a kid. But so these movies, for the record, I'm going to reiterate this again. I like these movies because they're so goofy and out there. Yes, they're not Batman.
Mhm.
This one's a little bit more Batman compared to the other ones, but still, Batman's never going to say, "It's the car. Chicks take the car," right? Like, he's never going to say that
Mm-hmm.
ever. And he's never going to that smile he does.
Oh, that smile was so creepy.
It's so creepy. Whenever Chase Meridian's like, "I don't love you. I love somebody else."
Bruce Wayne, and
Yeah.
he turns around. There's this big old smile. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
It's like, what the?
I was like, did the Joker get to you?
So there's moments in here where he does a really good job, I think. But then other times it's like, like one of my favorite scenes is when he's underground and Two-Face has got to set a trap for him and he puts him on fire and he just comes out of the fire. The theme song's playing in the background. Like
Yeah.
that's to me such a powerful scene. Like I love that scene.
That scene, yeah, I did when we watched it recently. That scene is okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, I don't like this film at all, but like that scene is okay.
It's really
It's a
cool.
Batman thing because his suit just protects him. I don't think he needed to hit a button for it.
No, that was a little redundant
Yeah.
because his cape should be fire resistant.
Yeah,
But
so I was like, I don't know why they. I mean, I guess that was to show the kids. Oh, hey, look, he's got a button he can hit to
Yeah.
resist to fire.
even though we can,
Because
obviously
he didn't think
don't.
about that before. Just have a suit that fit fire.
And then Two-Face immediately asks, "Why can't you just die?" Which is one of the things pretty much every villain has thought of every single time they've come in contact with him.
Yeah, because they can't take him out.
Yeah. So I mean, like it has good moments,
Mhm.
but overall, it definitely is not better than Dark Knight
Yeah.
or some of the other. Later
I'm very
iterations.
curious as to who wrote the script.
Joe Schumacher,
Okay, because he really needed to get some water when he was writing for Nicole Kidman.
because she thirsty.
Yeah, her character is all over.
She was just so horny throughout the movie. It was ridiculous. It's like, girl, like that's not reality. I know most girls are not like that. Well, a couple of my friends I know, but anyway, shout out. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna shout out them on the podcast because I know they listen to this, but you know who you are. But yeah, no, she's a different person completely to Vicky Vale. When we never discussed what happened to Vicky Vale
Yeah, we don't.
or Selena Kyle, who thought would have came back in the movie, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no. So I guess we can tackle this by character if you want, because like there's some positives of this movie. Like I think we can both agree the Riddler's does a really good take. Jim Carrey as a Riddler.
Jim Carrey as a comedic villain was okay. Especially seeing him like you see him as the Riddler and then you see him as Edward Nygma, and it's definitely interesting to see him kind of like the rich guy and everything, like how he played that off.
Yeah.
His scenes are kind of funny, especially the part where him and Two-Face are like together robbing people. And he's like, "Oh, let me try," and he punches that guy. And he's like, "Ow!" Like that was pretty funny. And then the way he handles that staff was pretty cool as well.
He does a good. I think he's probably much carried this movie. I think him
Yeah.
and I did like Robin in this movie for the most part. The suit looks cool
Mm-hmm.
outside of the nipples, but
Yeah, I mean Edward Nygma, I'd say was the highlight of this film. But that's just because I love Jim Carrey and all of the things that he's done. Because
his weirdness.
his humor was like pretty much what I was like my humor as a kid too. So like he is the comedic that I grew up watching. So
And he just this film was so successful because he had just finished Dumb and Dumber and Ace Ventura, so he was already on a hot streak in The Mask as well. So he was just blockbuster material. So that's why they had to cast this guy over
Yeah.
Robin Williams for the role.
yeah,
On the second hand, though, Tommy Lee Jones, I think he was one of the worst parts. I think this is why a lot of the fandom doesn't like this movie is because of Tommy Lee Jones, to be
Yeah.
honest, because he's another popular actor. They had to have him in this movie. But all the behind-the-scenes stuff with him and Jim Carrey hating each other, Tommy Lee Jones being a pain in the ass, apparently. Joe Schumacher not getting along with him. Val Kilmer and Jim Carrey are the only two that apparently got along in this entire movie because they related over their dad's death or something. But Tommy Lee Jones, by far, was one of the worst pieces of this movie. He had moments, like, in the tunnel scene, but for the most part, it was not Toothface.
Yeah. I know with the because of his Two-Face.
Two-Face bastard.
Yeah, it was very much how you said earlier. It's very Joker-ish.
Yeah.
Because he's not supposed to be like that. You don't really ever get the two different personalities at all.
Yeah.
Throughout this film. It was very sad to see, like, you have a character that is known to be Bruce Wayne's old friend, and at the end of the film when he tells, like, oh, don't you gotta flip your coin? He's like, you know what, Bruce? You were always a good friend. Like, stuff
But
like
we
that.
never built that up.
Nope.
Never built
He's
that
like,
up.
I really appreciate that. But I was like, now you mention it.
Yeah. It's like, that's part of the story, too. That's why we love Toothface as a character, because you see the build up to it. We all know in every comic book story, we know what's going to happen if you ever see Harvey Dent, but you never, like, the emotion behind that is what makes the villain compelling. And that Dark Knight did a fantastic job of that, I think.
Yeah.
Compared to this movie, but what'd you think of the suit?
Yeah, and then I was going to say also, because, like, if you're not familiar with the story of Two-Face, I mean, if you saw The Dark Knight, you kind of get that, but you don't get the Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent friendship in that film. Y'all should definitely either read The Long Halloween or watch the animated movie that is coming out soon.
Or even watch the animated series. The animated series did a fantastic job of it.
Yeah, the animated series did that too, but I mean, if you just want to watch a film that has it, then Long Halloween will probably be that one for you.
Oh, yeah. Great comic book.
Yep, and I'm excited for that to come out.
Oh, yeah, no, that's something I think we should do in the future. I know
If we start doing animated.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a special exception. It's Batman, so. And we both know DC knocked it apart when it comes to animated stuff, so this is going to be fantastic.
Yep, and I'm excited for it to release. It comes out on June 22nd.
You know, it would have been perfect. They put it out on Halloween. Oh, shit.
Comes out on Tuesday.
I want to wait for HBO Max.
It's going to come on HBO Max?
It shouldn't show up on HBO Max at some point. You know.
No. You got to buy that.
It would be perfect if they came out on Halloween. That's terrible marketing on their part.
No, dude, that's what the Batman is for.
The Batman.
But I'm pretty sure they pushed that back to next year, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did, yeah.
Pretty sure it's 2022.
Yeah, that movie I can't wait for. That one we're doing for sure, 100%. You heard it here first, got listeners. We're doing that movie no matter what. COVID or no COVID, we're doing that movie. In the Blue Theater. You're going to see it live. I'm just kidding.
Josh is going to record it and get arrested.
That's okay.
And I will be the one to write him out.
It will be worth the jail time. Coming from you live from prison B.
I was like, I will be the one to write him out.
Cell block
and
9.
then I will need a new co-host. So.
We got a homie up in here. He got a shake. I'm scared for my life.
But anyways, moving on.
Okay, so I want to tackle Val Kilmer last, but
yeah, go for it.
We already tackled Chase Meridian. She's her character. If you remove her character from the movie, she has no purpose in this movie. So
you're talking Nicole Kidman's character?
Yeah. So we're
just love interest. That was not really a love interest.
She had no impact really on the story outside of taking him to the circus.
They just used her for that second choice.
Which ones?
When Batman has to choose to save her or Robin.
He's like, screw you. You don't go in the Batcave like Robin does.
Yeah.
But Robin, that's what I want to talk about next. Robin, what do you think of his take? I thought he was a little bit too bratty, and he looked way too old.
I mean, he's definitely too old.
Yeah.
That guy can own his own house. He doesn't need anybody taking care of him. We didn't get much of an introduction when it came to his family, so we didn't know what he was before when he met his family. So when they passed away,
you didn't feel that impact, that emotional.
Yeah, you don't get the impact that you get in the comics, where you get to see like that relationship that he has with his parents and what he lost.
Yeah.
And this one, they're just people that just trapeze.
I didn't even know that was his parents until much. I was like, oh, okay.
As a kid, I don't think you know at all.
Yeah,
because you just don't know that story that much.
Yeah, because you're just like, oh, and then you hear the name like, oh, that's Robin. You know. I think this came out when we were 2, 3. So I didn't remember that much of this.
Other than that, like he was just there to kind of just lighten the mood. Also, maybe not lighten up the mood as much as I just mentioned, because that was the two villains really. But he was definitely there to just, like, his parents died. Bruce Wayne took him in.
They needed a second, 2v2. So it was like, okay, we're gonna shoehorn Robin in.
Not that he really needed it, but yeah. Kind of just got in the way at the end of it.
He kind of was the reason why, yeah.
Like, kind of just screwed everything up.
Mhm.
Batman could have just taken them both out by himself.
I mean, somebody had to fly the bat plane or the bat boat.
Someone had to steal his car and pretend like they're Batman.
Yeah, exactly. And the little floppy wings when they're going
Yeah.
through, terrible. So that wasn't him driving. He didn't know how to drive, and so he couldn't drive.
You didn't know how to drive at all?
He crashed the Batmobile.
Really?
He did. Yes.
That's kind of funny. I wonder
Yeah.
what his resume said. Knows how to drive? Just kidding.
So think about it. If you have this role of a lifetime, we would both kill for this role, and you crash the one thing that you know costs a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not the easiest thing to drive. I don't know. I've seen other Batman
It
drive the
looks-
Batmobiles, so.
It looks janky as hell to drive. Like the turn radius on that's gotta suck.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he even has one of those little like, and he wraps around the pole with the turn, right?
Oh, the only like functioning Batmobiles I've ever seen people actually drive was
Oh,
Christopher
yeah.
Nolan's and Ben Affleck's Batmobile.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that
even
when
the-
Ben Affleck got to drive the Batmobile, that was pretty cool. Like,
well, even I know you hate it, but Adam West is that actually looks like.
well, that's an actual car.
Yeah, that's actual cars. That
they
makes
just
sense.
they just paint it up a little bit. But like things that are like actual, like either like they're both tanks, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, Michael
So.
Keaton's. No, never mind. I'm gonna take that back. That doesn't look actual.
Not look like
That
an
doesn't
actual
look
car.
like it's. Yeah.
That looks like it could only go straight or back.
Could be Batman and Robin's Batmobile.
Uh,
Wide open, no security whatsoever.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so there are two scenes I want to talk about with you. The first scene being when Robin he's washing his laundry and he's like karate kicking and all that. I thought that was one of the dumbest scenes.
I didn't understand.
There's no
that.
point. There was
Like,
no need.
what do you show? Are you showing his agility?
Yeah, like I can perform karate. Like I can wrestle, but you don't only see me doing that.
He's
when
using
I'm,
his feet to like.
It's so unorthodox.
I never understood.
And he made
that
more
scene.
of a mess on the ground than he needed to do.
Yeah, Alfred's just like, well, I have to pick that shit up later.
Yeah, Alfred's like, jackass, you're making me clean up more. And then the other
Like, you
scene.
couldn't just use a dryer like everyone else.
That's so dumb. Jesus Christ. And the other scene that got me triggered for this movie was the one where Alfred's going through. He's like calling like Master Dick, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go into the Batcave. And then Robin goes through and climbs down, which he probably honestly the way that how slow that door was closing, he probably could have just ran down and got the door rather than just jumping from the second to third story to go to the
Yeah.
thing. I don't know why those two scenes trigger me that much. And then we just like, oh, you got a Batcave. Let me make you a suit.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, because those are dumb. I will say the scene where, he already knows that he's Batman and everything when he took the car and he did that scene like where he went to go save the girl. That was pretty cool. At least that fight scene, but that was because of the visuals,
Yeah.
the people's paint and all that stuff on them.
It was different. I liked it. It looked like Gotham.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was like a rave a rave fighting scene. But like that conversation where he has with Bruce, where he's like, "Let me help you," like, "Oh, well, like I want to kill Two-Face, whatever."
That's
and
an
like,
interesting scene.
I like that scene, and that's just because of the conversation, and then of course Alfred's take on it too, where he says like, "You can help him," like,
Channel that anger into positive.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you of all people know exactly how to do this, so.
So I know a lot of people hate these movies, but Alfred to me is one of the best Alfreds in these movies. I love the way he's like actually has a part of the movie, and
Mhm.
he's very much a father figure to Bruce, and he's like the voice of reason for a lot of Bruce's
Mhm.
stuff. And I also like the Michael Caine version as well, but this Alfred always has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, this one definitely is like an older, wiser kind of guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't do too much in the films altogether, but in this one, yeah, he definitely does get a good amount of part.
He doesn't do too much, but I feel like he has an impact on every scene, at least a little impact.
Yeah.
Especially with the next one, we're talking Batman and Robin, where he's obviously dying. So, yeah,
Spoiler alert, guys.
no worries, they're not gonna watch it. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like I said, he's one of my favorite parts of all these. The Michael Burton or
Michael Burton.
Tim Burton. I was combining names there.
You heard that slip up here first, guys.
I was combining Michael Keaton and Tim
Michael
Burton.
Burton.
Michael Burton had a baby. But yeah, no,
Could have said he had a brother, but
that would be
I don't know
weird.
why to go that route.
That would be weird. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so but I love Alfred. He's like I said, one of the best parts. But also,
Well, you can thank Michael Burton for that.
you're welcome. But going back to your scene where he's like, also the right before they go to the Batcave, like, you knew you could have helped them,
He tried.
when he's hitting him, and it's like you can tell like he's I mean,
Oh, he's
just
mad
lost-
because
yeah,
his
he
parents
lost his
died.
family. Yeah.
Because the reason why they're dead is because they wanted to know who Batman was, and
Yeah.
he couldn't announce it. That's not really.
He
his fault
tried.
either.
In his defense, he did try.
He
which,
stood up and yelled it. He's like, "I'm Batman," but nobody could hear him.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody heard him. Like
Even the people next to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, "What?
it's him.
He's right here."
Yeah. That's like one of the first times that Batman's ever said, like, I'm Batman.
And no one heard it.
Yeah, which is crazy. But
Out of curiosity, do you think they did that specifically because of what happened in the first Batman film, where he says, "I'm Batman"?
he says it in every movie.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
they had to do it that way to sneak it in.
Does he say it anywhere else?
Not in this film, no.
Yeah, I guess that's
Not
the
that specific line.
I thought in like towards the end he goes, "I'm Batman." I could be wrong though. I'll have to look that up. But
Pretty
yeah, no,
sure.
I mean you have to sneak in that line in every single movie, So
Except for in Dark Knight Trilogy, where they only do it in the first one.
I thought they did it in the dark. I'm gonna look that
He
up.
doesn't.
I'm gonna look that up every time. I'm Batman.
No, they
But-
don't.
Yeah, obviously the first one is the most iconic, but I'm like 95% sure now that they say it in Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, you know what? They said in the Dark Knight, Harvey Dent did it. But he says, "I'm the Batman."
Yeah, he still counts.
It's debatable.
Yeah, well. Speaking of Batman, moving on to the actual Batman, Val Kilmer. Your Bruce Wayne take, your Batman take.
Bruce Wayne. I don't remember it that well.
So not that good.
Huh?
So not that good then, if you can't remember it.
Like, well, that's the thing. Is just like there's scenes where I remember it where he is talking to Alfred, or when he's at the party
Mm-hmm.
for Enigma's party. Like, it's not really that much. Batman-wise, I remember a lot more than that, and I think
Yeah.
that's just because he played a much better Batman than he did Bruce Wayne.
True, I agree.
Okay. So that's what I think about that part. Yeah, because I don't remember it that much. I don't remember too many Bruce Wayne scenes.
To be honest, I really don't either. I just remember him going into the office and then just going like, door, chair, and then which is one of the coolest scenes where he just swoops down the Batcave, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty cool. But then other than that, really, I don't remember his his Bruce Wayne takes. His Batman is a lot more memorable, but even that's not the best.
Yeah.
So, because he's always, I just remember him being thirsty for Chase Meridian.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of
Nicole
those.
Kidman's character.
Yeah. So here's one of the things that bothers me about this movie too, is that it still bothers me to this day, is how does Riddler change his hair so quickly?
Oh, when he was like his normal hair and then
The red hair.
the red hair.
Yeah.
Could be a wig.
It seems like a cop out because that looked like his real hair.
Could be a wig.
Nah, that's true. But then his eyebrows too, because he did his eyebrows.
Oh, well, I don't have the answer for that part.
Exactly. So
It's a comic book movie. Those are fake eyebrows.
making logical sense. But-
Sharpie? Just wash them off the next day.
Yeah, I don't think he's too smart.
Spray paint?
Yeah. So
When he sweats, it's just orange coming off his head.
I like. Obviously, we like the Riddler, but I like the suit. I was very thankful they didn't go because Jim Carrey wanted to completely cut off his hair and just do a question mark, like
On his head?
his
Oh,
hair be a
like-
question mark.
There's a comic book Riddler that did that.
He wanted to do that, but Warner
I
Brothers
think it was
said
New
no.
52.
I
It might have
think
been New
so.
52 Riddler that did that.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers said no. That's too. I'm like, really? That's too dark for you? Really? Okay.
Oh, and Hush. Batman Hush.
Oh,
He did
yes,
the same
yes,
thing.
yes. He did the same thing where it's just the question mark in his hair. Left,
Yeah.
So.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. But Jim Carrey, God willing, he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he had a lot of dedication to this movie. I do have to give him that. I mean, even though this movie was financially success,
Mm-hmm.
critically not, he wanted to make this movie as much as possible because I think this was one of his first serious roles, or more serious roles, I would say. Because he's known for a comedy actor.
Yeah.
So I guess we've talked about, at least I talked about my favorite scene. We haven't really talked about your favorite scene per se, or like your most cringeworthy scene.
Cringeworthy would definitely have to be the rooftop scene with Nicole Kidman's character.
Oh yeah, when she's like putting the bat signal and, hey, this is a booty call,
Yeah. Where he's like, this better not be a booty call.
basically.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, I'm in love with somebody else, and then a smile. Like, that is the most, that
Why
is the worst
she
thing
in
I've ever seen.
lingerie though?
Huh?
Why is she in lingerie though?
I don't know.
It's so
Maybe she thought Bruce was coming.
Oh, he's coming, all right. But don't shh.
That's definitely the worst scene. Best scene. I want to say it's that entire fight scene with him and Tommy Lee Jones and the Riddler when at the party.
It was really good.
Yeah, the fire part and all that. I think that's the best scene. There's not many scenes to really pick from.
So what did you think about the opening? I think this has one of the better openings overall because unlike Batman Robin does the same thing where we go right into the action.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the, you see Batman get there. We know Two-Face is up in there. It's a trap, obviously, but then the elevator opens up. They all shoot, and then he just comes out of nowhere and starts beating up people. I think this is one of the better opening scenes. And then, of course, the movie goes downhill after that. But I think overall, it's a cool opening just to see him start to go.
Yeah, I mean, you get it right off the bat. So
yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Here are the jokes, people. But
yeah, I say it's a good one. It's not bad.
Especially when he shoots, when they're all shooting at the elevator and just opens up. I'm like, that's Batman. That's pretty cool. And then he takes down everybody with ease.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's so I mean, that's I don't have any other questions unless you have any other questions.
I think for me the only other question would be about
where do babies come from?
No, I was gonna say whatever happened to Commissioner Gordon. I don't remember him at all.
He was the same throughout the movie. Oh no, wait, no, he was the same throughout the Burton movies.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing him at all in this one. I don't remember it.
He was. Remember when they're going through? First off, he's in the. I know he's at the party.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the very beginning when they're talking to Chase Meridian. They're introducing her, and then.
Oh, okay.
But then also, you don't remember the scene where like they're gonna turn off the bat signal, and it's like, turn it. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Like that's still one of my favorite. Even though Batman's like thumbing up, and there's no way in hell they can see the bat plane from that instance.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Now I remember exactly the part.
It's just cool to hear the theme song.
Yeah. What do you think about Robin's suit?
Besides the nipples, it looked good.
Did he have nipples in that suit?
He did have nipples in that suit, yes.
And that's what decided to do the bat nipples after?
The R was right above the nipples.
Funny.
But the suit looks really cool, though. The green and the red.
The coloring is nice.
It's way different than Burt Ward's.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks more modern, and it looked like a great suit.
Yeah.
Because the cape was yellow, too.
Yeah.
The inside of it, at least.
The inside was yellow.
Back was black, but I like that take. It was good.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. Like I said, this film is not really much to talk about.
Oh, so actually, I'm sorry. I have one more question. The theme song, because this is the first time we changed the theme song from the the Michael Keaton one that we know, and this one is like da 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 da. Oh, the ending too. I like the ending. It's so cheesy, but when they're walking through and it's the bat symbol and it's just them two running towards this camera, it's so cheesy. But that's to me iconic because that's what I remember growing up as.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, and then the U2 song that would play at the end. Pretty poppin'.
The U2 song's good.
Yeah. Especially since they performed it just for this movie. That was pretty cool. But I like U2. So.
Yeah.
But theme song, thoughts, comments, concerns?
Not bad.
That's it? Not
bad.
bad?
There's a new theme song for every Batman.
They keep the theme song pretty much throughout your movies. Like, obviously, the Christian Bale universe was the same. Michael Keaton.
No, I'm talking about per Batman.
Oh, yeah, no. Per Batman, we change it up. Except for Batman Rum, they kept the same thing.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that one.
That's because, I was like, because you still have Robin, so that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah. In the opening credits, too, I do like the little swoosh with the symbols and everything. And then you play the theme, and there's like, we go into the action scenes of seeing him suit up. It's, to me, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, it goes downhill after that.
Yeah.
These is not bat nipples.
Not yet.
We'll get to that next. Yay.
So yeah, I don't have anything else.
I don't got nothing else either. So I guess I'll go ahead and let our listeners know to don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bless you.
Thank you. And don't forget to catch this Bat podcast at the same Bat podcast time, same podcast channel. Oh, wait, I need to hold on. You need to add this part out because hold on, I need to be like, will these guys watch Batman and Robin? Are they gonna hurt themselves after they watch it? Where is Rachel? Will these questions be answered? Why are you still listening to this? tune in next week while we do Bat Podcast number 3 at the same podcast time, same podcast channel. Don't forget to New Year bets. Later.
Quit changing the name every episode.